Hello everybody, it's me, TONIK TZW, and we're here in the Tier 7 Pan-European destroyer, the Östergötland. The Östergötland or the Östergötland, however you pronounce it in that language, I don't know. I just call it the Östergötland or the OG. But I've been out practicing and trying to get better in it because I'm expecting a Tier 8 Pan-European destroyer coming soon, so I wanted to get myself a load more XP. So as you've seen there, we've got quite a balanced game. We've got 3 destroyers, 1 cruiser, and then a lot of battleships. And that potentially means that there's going to be a lot of damage in this game. But if we want to get that damage, we've got to survive. Now, luckily for me, to help me survive in this game, I've got a couple of heals on this. But what I don't have is smoke screens. And playing a destroyer without a smoke screen, if you're looking at the French destroyer line, often isn't a very good experience. We've only got 2 turrets on this thing as well, which means that sometimes you can be a little bit outclassed in the guns department, but it does have a fairly rapid reload. A good thing about the torpedoes too is they do reload quite quickly. I think I've got this down to just over a minute. I'm running a double concealment build. I'm running Perceptive, I think it is, not Twist and Track. And basically, I'm learning how to play this destroyer as a standoff destroyer because it's not a rush in and grab the cap destroyer. Because you don't have that smoke screen, you don't have sonar, you don't have radar like some other destroyers at Tier 7. So you can potentially be putting yourself at a very bad disadvantage early in the game if you go charging in. So what we've done is we are waiting to see what Red Team are going to do. And as you can see there, that first salvo of torpedoes did make contact with something, sneaking up the edge of the map. Now, as I can't see anything, I'm imagining that that's a destroyer. But which one it is, I don't know. I'm wary of where the Brandenburg is because he has got really long-range secondaries. I know where the Margie is. I think there's a Heinrich out there who's also got, was it a Heinrich? A Friedrich? I can't remember which one it was now. But I know he's got the potential to have long-range secondaries too. So I don't want to get too close to anything at this time. There we go, it is a Heinrich. And our prospective torpedoes that we launched earlier managed to pick up a hit on him. So we've only seen 1 ship that we have hit, but we've picked up 14,000 damage with a couple of torpedo hits. We can see that our closest target is inside of a cap. Again, it's a destroyer. We don't know which one it is, but we're going to go a little bit stupid here. We're not going to sail into B cap and turn that while he's getting A, because we don't want him to know where we are. You will notice that I'm not located, which means that this guy is not running a commander with Twist and Track or Perceptive on. Now I imagine he knows where those battleships are that are coming around the corner, but what he doesn't know is where I am. I know where he is, and this is what happens. We're going to come straight into this cap. We've got our guns on. We get them spotted. We go straight onto guns. We're not bothering with torpedoes. We're not bothering with angle with torpedoes. We know there's potentially nothing that can get us a shot on. And he's reversing still. He hasn't fired his guns. I know the torpedoes are coming. So straight away, I've turned to the right. I've only got a single turret on him now. But I'm going to stay on guns. He has only got a single turret on me. I've got the advantage as far as hit points go. He's going to have to turn to get both turrets on or more torpedoes. But his engine's out and bang, there we go, first blood. We are now on this cap and we are going to stay on this cap until we turn it for blue team. Because red team at that point did have a 2 cap advantage. Now, there's been a thing going on with Wargaming this week where there's been a lot of work going on the servers. A lot of people have been getting disconnected during matches, and a lot of people have been getting switched servers before a match is finished and their scores are tallied, which is quite unfortunate for a lot of players. In this match, it's unfortunate for the Z23 because where I'm picking a target up directly to the south of that cap and pinging the map, it's not that Amagi, I think it is, that's a little bit further to the south. It is something else, and I'm guessing it's a destroyer. Our North Carolina here has sailed straight into B cap. He's felt brave, he's pushed into the centre, not realising that he's putting himself into a complete crossfire from C cap and this Amagi. And by the time he realises it, it's a little bit too late because he's going to come out of that and he's going to try and make a run for it. But as you saw, those big red blobs of heat go flying across the map. He is shooting high explosive shells at that Amagi, while the Amagi is firing armour piercing back at him, because he's given the Amagi a full broadside. Now, I don't know a lot about playing battleships, but what I do know is that the North Carolina is better off bow in than it is flank on, like most other ships. We've got torpedoes running across to where the Amagi is. He's reversing out, and he manages to kill that North Carolina. But in doing so, he has invited a visit from the murder dolphins, and there we go. The guy's flooding. I'm going to let that flood tick, thinking I've got a kill there. But guess what? No, the North Carolina gets it with a fire from that HE that he was spamming a little bit earlier. And if there's anything more disappointing, it's losing a kill to something like that. That was, frankly, ridiculous. I think in those instances where there is a fire and a flood on a ship, it should give the kill to the person that has done the most damage to that ship. But hey, beggars can't be choosers. We see the Vladivostok is pushing down. We have secured A cap and now B cap. Now that is 2 solo caps. We are sure that this Vladivostok is going to push down and out, and we are going to try and head him off at the pass. And in doing so, we're going to move and try and screen these 2 battleships that have pushed all the way around the outside of A cap, and they get a destroyer spotted, which is a Z23. Now sadly, he's going to finish on a 0 score and a 0 XP, which I'm guessing means that he got disconnected, because it does look like he's run nose in to that island. We see the Vlad pulling out from behind there. He's picking up speed, so we put those torpedoes as close to the edge of the island as we can, and then we're going to turn and farm a little bit of damage off this AFK Z23, because AFK means a free kill, and we're going to farm it. But at the same time, that Vladivostok is ready for a shot on us. Here we go. Boom. There we go. There's about a third of my health gone. I hit my engine boost. I probably hit my heel a little bit too early there in my damage control, but we do pick up a high caliber as we pass 133,000 damage. 2 kills on the board. Now, you might have thought I was a little bit sneaky going guns on that Z25, Z23, especially as the Bismarck did look like he was going to ram it. But I've saved that Bismarck some hit points, and we are now going to keep this Vlad spotted as he tries to turn and run away, knowing that he's lost a large pool of his health to my torpedoes, and knowing that there are 2 battleships chasing him down. His best move potentially would have been to turn bow in and then back out, tanking those ships, but we are going to try and get a fire on this guy and tick him down for some damage. He's not going to like that, and he is going to try and get his guns on me. But where I took the Z23 away from the Bismarck is going to take the Vladivostok away from me. Now there is a Brandenburg there, and that is one of the shops? I keep saying shops instead of ships when I'm doing my talk throughs. I don't know what it is. But that was one of the ships that I didn't want to be near because of his big secondaries, because of his torpedoes. But I'm hoping that these two battleships can give him a ripe old battering as he tries to head across to ACAP, because that's where he's going to seek cover. He's not turning out to us, so I'm not going to bother launching torpedoes. I know there is another battleship out there. I didn't point out in this game earlier, but if you rewind a bit, I think both of our other destroyers spent the majority of the time as like the furthest north or the furthest back of the team. We're up in that top right hand corner up there, so I don't know what happened up there because I was too busy paying attention to what was going on down here. But we've got the Bismarck there pushing through. I think the other ship is in North Carolina as well, who I think is a little bit slower than the Bismarck. But if those two guys had sense and they're running will to rebuild, they would stick a little bit closer and form a united front against whatever enemy is going to come against them. We get the Leon spotted. I'm certain that he knows that there is a destroyer spotting him now. And we put our torpedoes out, and I think that Vlad damaged one of our sets of torpedoes beyond repair. So that kind of puts me in a situation here where I can't cover as much of that open water as I'd like to with two sets of torpedoes. But hey, such is life. We're going to do what we can to pick up some damage on this Leon, because we've now lost ACAP, and although we do have a points advantage, it's not sufficient. Literally, one ship dies, they could potentially pull it back. We need a cap, or we need the kills. So Mr. Leon has avoided my torpedoes. His guns are looking towards that Bismarck. I am checking to make sure I'm not going to run into an island. And he's broadside to the Bismarck. I'm not going to fire my guns. I'm expecting this guy to get completely deleted by the Bismarck and its secondaries. But it's not happening. And I'm like, what's going on? Do I fire? Do I not? What's he going to do? I light him up with a torpedo indicator. He still seems to be turned towards the Bismarck. But now he's going to start a turn out. Bismarck didn't do the job on that one. So I decide that I'm going to go guns on. We'll try and pull some damage off him. We'll try and get some fires on him. Keep him turning, hopefully thinking he's going to slam me with a full salvo HE. But let this Bismarck get another broadside shot onto him while we annoy him. But again, it doesn't come. He's fired his secondaries there on the go at the Bismarck. The Bismarck chunks him. But we repay the favour again for the Bismarck, and we pick up the killing shot on that one. There is one ship left. We have around 100 points in lead. The Brandenburg, was it Brandenburg? Yes. He has now sailed out of that cap where he was completely protected and is getting battered by the North Carolina. And the Bismarck picks it up for the kill, handing the win to blue team. So that's probably one of my better games, I think, in the Ostergotland, with 141,000 high caliber and first blood. So definitely had my work cut out for me then. Finishing on 3,374 base XP, which is what? It's almost 1,400, if not more, higher than second place. So that's a hell of a game for me. If you have enjoyed this video, please do hit that like button, and if you haven't done so already, it's your first time past the channel, hit the subscribe button, and I'll keep the new videos and the new content coming. Until next time, take care and goodbye.